Good morning, Professor and TAs. I am Jagdish Kumar, part of Executive AI M-Tech Batch 2025 IIT Jodhpur. As part of our virtual cloud computing subject Quiz3 Replacement video, I am generating this video. Today I am going to talk about container, Docker as well as C groups. Container is nothing but a compressed software package which contains only the packages needed to run the application. The base OS level libraries will be shared across many containers. Its container is basically a kernel virtualization. Traditionally, we have a physical hardware. On top of the hardware, we have OS. The OS will give us some computing functionality. In that aspect, we will be wasting many computer resources, and then in order to avoid that, we have something called hypervisor. Hypervisor will help us to virtualize the hardware. On top of hypervisor, we will create many virtual machines. Every virtual machines contain its own OS, and then the virtual machines will be talked to the hypervisor to get some resources from the base hardware. So in latest technologies, we have something called container. So container have something called container runtime. So runtime will run on top of the OS. So every container will talk to the runtime. Runtime will talk to the base OS and get some resources, the base libraries. So basically every container contains its packages for its running purpose. The base libraries and other stuffs will be shared across other containers by the kernel. So it won't keep all the base kernel level libraries. That's where it's lightweight. So container is lightweight, portable, and it's much secure and faster. Which means that since it contains only smaller package, it will be lightweight and very easy to start and stop. And then since it's portable, we can run a container in anywhere. We create a container and run it on some hardware. So later point we can run the same container in some other hardware as well. So which means that it is lightweight and portable. So Docker, next is Docker. Docker is nothing but a runtime actually. In order to achieve or deploy the container, we need some runtime. Docker is one of the best runtimes. So we have many other runtimes available in the market, which is CRI, Containerd, and many other runtimes. So Docker is one of the best runtime. Docker deploying as a client server architecture. So every server have a Docker daemon, and then we have many other Docker CLIs like Docker build, Docker run, and something Docker execute. So all those clients will be interact to the Docker daemon through queries. So it's a client server architecture. When we have a Docker, Docker will help us to interact with the base OS, base kernel, and the container actually. Next is C group. C group is nothing but it's give us some isolation within the computer resources like CPU, hardware, memory. It's a hierarchical view. Within the C group, we can create many other C groups as well. By using C group, we can create some process isolation, memory isolation, so file system isolation. So all those isolations achieved through C groups. On top layers like Docker or some Kubernetes orchestration tool, all those tools using C group to achieve the isolation functionality. These are all the high level overview about all three topics. That's all for the video. Thank you so much.